Good morning and welcome to a new market vlog. Today is Saturday, October 25th, and you know what we're approaching? Halloween. So yes, I am taking you to a Halloween market today. It's a one-day event. There's going to be some pumpkin decorating, a costume contest, which I'm most excited for, as well as some free goodies bags for the attendees. I hope that business will be good today. You know, I'm still there to make money, but at least I'm gonna have fun today. It is close to 9 a.m. and we have to be at the venue at around 11, so I gotta go get ready, but I'll be back like right now. This is the outfit. What do we think? So let's start with the dress. I made it myself from a bed sheet. I also made this little belt here. I also painstakingly hand embroidered every single pumpkin that you see on this dress. The earrings and the necklace I also made myself using foam clay. The wings, those are from a party supply store. I think they were angel wings, but I painted them, obviously, to fit. And then I got the stripy tights from the Halloween section at the dollar store. So yeah, that's my jack-o'-lantern fairy costume. Market just started, so it's still a little bit slow, but I'm enjoying my little coffee here. It's very loud in there with the music and everything, so I had to step away and like find a corner to update you guys. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed with attendance. It's not going as well as I thought. I haven't made any sales and it's been about an hour and a half since the market started. Another disappointment is that there won't be a costume contest. Actually, the volunteer who was supposed to help out the organizer with that is not present, so that's not gonna happen. I do believe that the pumpkin decorating activity is still taking place, however. I could see from where I'm sitting that they have already set up everything. So that should be fun, at least. I'm gonna try to get some footage of that if I have time. But yeah, that's all I got for you right now. I sold one of my pairs of mushrooms. Can you believe that? I made those last year when I first started doing markets. That's crazy. We are down to 1 hour, folks. This is probably going to be my last update for today, unless something really interesting happens. I still only have done one sale, so we're kind of hoping for a miracle. During the last hour, it's very rare to make many sales, but you never know. Maybe there's gonna be like a whole troop of queer women coming in, plowing through my stocks, but I doubt it. But in any case, I'll tally everything up and I will let you know at the end of this vlog how I did. I'm literally starving. This eyeliner is not coming off. My feet are killing me. We spent an eternity in Metro. I just need to eat my chicken pita sandwich and watch X-Files, cuddle up with my cat, and then go to sleep. Hi, it's a new day now, Tuesday actually. I was a little bit busy in the last few days, so I'm only now getting to do the little wrap up, but that's okay because with the magic of editing, you won't even be able to tell that some time has passed. So, final thoughts about this market. As you can tell, I'm pretty disappointed, but at the same time, I kind of expected it. This market is very hit or miss, unfortunately. At the end of the market, I had only made one sale, which means a profit of $22 since I didn't pay for my table. I don't want to bore you with the math, and I'm not very good at it anyways, but their tables cost $60 before tax per day, and I was gifted 2 of them in exchange for a poster that I did back in July, I believe. So in exchange for my work, I was given about $120 worth of market table, but as you can probably tell, I do not pay my rent with tables. So the objective is to make money at those tables. So over those 2 days of market, in an ideal world, I would have done $120 in total, plus some profit. But when you think about it, it's not even that fair, even if I made more than $120, because I've already put in hours of labor for the poster, and I'm also putting in hours of labor at the market. I could run some exact calculations, but I'm not going to do that. All you need to know is that if this was an hourly wage, I would be paid like pennies. And of course, that's a risk that I took. I thought it would be worth it, but looking back on it now, It was not. Thankfully, the policies of this organizer has changed and they're going to pay artists an actual amount of money, which I think is a good thing. Like I said, I've sold at this market before and it's literally 50-50. I look back at my numbers to help you compare a little bit, and the first time I went, I did over $100 in sales. This was a market in June, I believe, and so we were outside. It was a beautiful sunny day and there was a lot of attendees. Then the second market I did with them resulted in 0 sales for me. And then I did one in September for which I didn't pay the table and I made $80 in sale, which is pretty good for September considering that market season is pretty much over by this point. And then last weekend I made $22. So as you can see, it literally goes up and down, up and down. But I don't want to make this sound like the organizer is a scammer. Far from that. I really appreciate what they do for the community. They put in a lot of work to create opportunities for local artists, and for that I'm very grateful. I just think that their markets are maybe not that great for business. You know, it could be a me thing. A lot of people did much better than me this weekend. But let's talk about the fun stuff. The pumpkin decorating activity seemed really fun. I think the kids who participated really enjoyed it. It seems like they put a lot of thought into it. They had some glitter glue and pipe cleaners and little pom-poms. It seemed really fun and I wish I had participated myself. I don't know why, but I expected adults to be the ones participating, but it was in fact for children. Although my partner got permission to decorate a pumpkin, and in fact it's sitting right here as we speak. She lost her eye, unfortunately, and her legs are a little bit broken, but yeah, she did the trip with us back home. There was also one of the vendors who was doing face paints for attendees. That sounds fun. Maybe I should have gotten some footage of that, although it's a little bit tricky when there are children around. About the costume contest. As I've already mentioned, this got cancelled, unfortunately. I was very much looking forward to that. However, what I noticed is that not a whole lot of attendees were actually in costumes, except for maybe like a couple of children. So I don't think it was that big of a deal that it got cancelled in the end. So with all that being said, was it worth it to make the 50 minutes trip in metro in my high heels? Probably not. Especially not in terms of business. I'm glad that I got to dress up for a market. I've been wanting to do that for a while. That was very special and I really enjoyed that. But if we're talking about numbers, even with a free table, but it is what it is. You can't always win. There's always going to be these bad experiences when you run a business. I think that's kind of the risk you take. But I'm going to keep pushing forward. My next event is a Montreal Makers Market, and I am guaranteed to make money, especially since the holiday season is approaching. It's already in a little bit less than 2 weeks, and I still have a ton of things to do. So I think I'm gonna leave it at that for this vlog. I hope you've enjoyed. I know it's been a while since I've made a vlog and I'm a little bit rusty, not gonna lie, but I got this new setup with the microphone. It's a cheap one, the quality is not the best, and the sound is probably not the best either, but I think it's nifty to have this little portable thing that I can bring with me out and about. You can't see it, but I've got a tripod now for my phone. Please do subscribe. I make all kinds of random videos. I recently made a lot of LPS content that people seem to like. I also do illustration content. I do vlogs. So, you know, go check out my channel, subscribe, whatever, if you're interested. You can follow me on Instagram at laudio.rogers. This is where I post most of my art, so if you're just here for the art, that's where you can find it. You can also find me on Ko-fi at ko-fi.com/laudierogers, all in one word. This is where I sell all of my physical merch as well as some digital downloads. I'm gonna go now. I have some shit to do. I'm gonna wish you a happy rest of your day, a happy rest of your week or weekend whenever you're watching this. I want to thank you for watching this video and I hope that I will see you next time. Bye, Stinkies!